We open in the middle of an apocalyptic boss fight inside a game called 9 Worlds. The final boss of this stage, the Primal Purgatory Fiend, towers overhead, an SSS rank, epic mythical type monstrosity, massive enough to blot out the sky behind it. Its health bar reads near death, but it still cackles with confidence, taunting that no one can defeat it with such pathetic strength. On screen, a player status bar reveals the truth. This is player Susumu Hoda, level 99, sitting at exactly 99.9% experience, one sliver away from the legendary level 100. His death penalty here is brutal. Dying now means dropping 5 full ranks instantly. He's currently an S-rank Shimmering Warrior in Phase 2 Awakening. And right now, his own status reads near death too. Susumu kneels on the cracked battlefield floor, exhausted, blood smeared across his face, breathing hard between clenched teeth. This is already the 32nd raid attempt on this exact boss. 31 failures behind him, countless teammates lost along the way. This time, he's the only one left alive. Internally, he reflects bitterly that this is exactly what's expected from the final boss of a game like 9 Worlds. Relentless, merciless, designed to break people long before they ever reach the top. He grits his teeth through the pain and forces himself to stand. He vows, not for the first time, that he will defeat this boss, reach level 100, and become the strongest player in the entire world. And on top of that, he adds, gripping his weapon tighter, he will use that strength to change his destiny and rebuild the Hoda family name from the ashes it's been reduced to. The fiend roars, sensing the kill is close, lashing out one final time. Susumu's eyes flash, one side fully human, the other replaced by a glowing geometric HUD-like overlay, a visual signature of players approaching the edge of their class limits. He locks eyes with the monster and declares that if it claims to be the strongest final boss in this world, then he is the ultimate player who will prove otherwise. He launches into the air, blade igniting with raw flame, and unleashes everything he has left into a single technique, Shimmering Mirage, Annihilation Slash. The attack rips through the fiend in a blinding wave of fire and light, tearing apart the last of its defenses. The boss shrieks in agony as the attack connects fully, its massive form convulsing under the impact. The system confirms it cleanly across the screen. SSS rank final boss, defeated, calculating rewards. Susumu collapses to his knees in the sudden silence afterward, relief flooding through him so hard it feels almost dizzying. He finally won. After 32 attempts, after losing teammate after teammate to this exact fight, he finally won. Now, he thinks, catching his breath, the legendary ultimate awakening that comes with hitting level 100 is finally his. But the moment is shattered almost instantly. Nearby, 2 other players are revealed to still be alive. A tall white-haired man leaning casually on a staff, and a smaller crouched figure beside him, both completely unharmed. The white-haired man straightens up slowly, a cold, satisfied smile spreading across his face. He speaks not to Susumu, but past him, to someone else entirely. Good work, Ultimate Warrior. Susumu freezes, recognizing the voice instantly. Akira. He stares in disbelief and asks if Akira was playing dead this entire fight, letting Susumu burn through everything alone, while he just watched from the sidelines. Akira's smile only widens. He tells Susumu, almost gently, that it's far too late to be noticing things like that now. Susumu coughs blood onto the stone beneath him, fury rising fast through the pain. He demands to know what the hell Akira thinks he's doing. Weren't they teammates? Hadn't they fought side by side through 32 attempts together? Akira, walking calmly away with his back turned, lets out a short, mocking laugh at the word teammates. He asks, almost lazily, if Susumu actually believed someone from the so-called rock-bottom Hoda family could ever stand as his equal. He tells him, without even bothering to look back, to stop daydreaming about ever rebuilding that family's name. The game's status panel flares to life beside Akira, revealing the full truth of who he really is. Akira Hodani, level 99, sitting at the exact same 99.9% EXP that Susumu had. An S-rank Dark Archbishop in Phase 2 Awakening. Completely healthy, untouched by the fight, while Susumu bleeds out feet away. Akira taunts him directly now, asking how exactly he plans to fight back while he's lying on the edge of death. Susumu coughs up more blood, shaking with rage, forcing the words out anyway. He vows he won't let things go Akira's way. Not like this. Akira simply laughs at the defiance, telling him he'll definitely come to regret killing him, and that he will absolutely come back for this. Somehow, someday. Akira pauses at the phrase come back, visibly amused by it, before delivering something far darker. He reveals, almost casually, that the Hoda family, in the real world right now, is being wiped out as they speak. The assassins he personally hired should be arriving at Susumu's actual house right about now. Susumu's eyes blow wide with horror. Before he can even process the words, before he can scream, the game screen around him glitches violently, color and sound tearing apart into static, a forced logout, ripping him bodily out of 9 Worlds against his will. Back in the real world, Susumu yanks his headset off in a blind panic, gasping, asking aloud if the connection's truly been severed. Before he can even stand fully, a cold, unfamiliar voice cuts through his apartment from the doorway. Are you Susumu Hoda? Your life is mine. A hired killer stands there, gun already raised and aimed. Susumu's eyes dart past the gun, past the killer entirely, ending instead on his mother, lying motionless on the floor behind him in a spreading pool of blood. He screams her name, the sound tearing out of him before his mind can even catch up to what he's seeing. Still reeling, he demands to know who hired this killer. Was it Akira Hidani again? Was this real? Was any of it real? The assassin doesn't answer. He simply tells Susumu to shut up and go to hell, and pulls the trigger. As Susumu's life fades out on the floor of his own home, one single thought burns through the pain louder than anything else. Akira. Why did he betray him? In these final dying moments, old memories flood back uninvited. His grandfather, gentle and proud, telling a much younger Susumu that the Hoda family is a prestigious line that has lasted for generations, and that he must never, under any circumstance, tarnish its name. Dying now, bleeding out on cold floorboards, Susumu finally understands the full shape of his own ruin. The Hoda family collapsed overnight, completely gutted, and the Ryuzaki family, waiting in the wings, seized that exact moment to steal every inch of territory and every asset the Hoda family had ever built. Dying alone on his own living room floor, Susumu screams silently in his mind that he will crush every single one of them. If only, somehow, he could start all of this over again. And then, impossibly, he wakes up, not dead, sitting upright in a high school classroom, full uniform and all, sunlight pouring through familiar windows. Disoriented, he stares around at the room, wondering if this is some old classroom from his past. Wasn't he supposed to be dead just moments ago? Before he can process any of it further, a bully shoves roughly into him Saburo Suzuki, the very same kid who extorted money out of him constantly back in his old life, while teachers conveniently looked the other way because the Hoda name had become something everyone treated as an enemy. Saburo demands his allowance, voice loud and confident, clearly expecting no resistance at all. Susumu's body reacts on pure muscle memory, blocking the incoming punch without even thinking about it. He freezes for a second afterward, stunned, realizing with disbelief that his body still remembers exactly how to move like a trained warrior from 9 worlds. Even here, even now, even in this much younger, weaker frame, the homeroom teacher storms into the room moments later, loudly accusing him of disturbing the harmony of the classroom and acting like some kind of big shot. The teacher sneers down at him once they're alone, asking with open contempt if he still thinks he's some young master of a prestigious family. Susumu, furious now, snaps back hard, pointing out that this same teacher played completely dumb while Saburo extorted him for years, only rushing in dramatically the very moment he finally fought back. It hits him then, cold and certain. This teacher must have been watching from the shadows this whole time, just waiting for an excuse. This man too has clearly been bought off by the Ryuzaki family, just like everyone else. The teacher, cornered, drops the act entirely, and openly sneers that the Hoda family is nothing now but a ruined, pathetic loser family. Susumu grabs him hard by the collar, snarling that the Hoda family are not losers, while the teacher panics and threatens to call security and have him expelled on the spot. Susumu fires back without hesitation. Does the teacher really think he doesn't know about the dirty money he's been quietly pocketing from the Ryuzaki family this entire time? He warns him coldly that if he ever mocks him again, he will personally make sure he loses his teaching license for good. He storms out of the office, mind racing far ahead of his own footsteps. If his memory serves him right, today is the release day. 9 Worlds, his only real hope of rebuilding his shattered family, launches tonight. Exactly as it did before, walking through the familiar streets of his old neighborhood, his eyes flash briefly with a strange crimson glint as he resolves, with total clarity, that this time, armed with the full memories of his past life, he will stay ahead of absolutely everyone else, and become the very first person to reach the ultimate awakening. But his thoughts darken almost immediately afterward. His mother's murder in his past life was entirely his fault. He let his identity as a hidden, overwhelmingly powerful player slip somehow, somewhere, and it cost her everything in the end. This time, he vows quietly to himself, he will keep his true identity completely hidden, no matter what it takes, so it never leaks again. He will protect his mother this time, no matter the cost. He arrives home to find her alive, completely unaware of anything, warmly greeting him at the door before calling him in for dinner like any other ordinary evening. Over the meal, she gently asks if something's bothering him, telling him softly that he can always talk to her about anything, and reminding him not to push himself too hard with his studies. He just says yeah, quietly grateful for something he nearly lost forever. She teases him lightly, asking if he's found some girl he likes lately. He brushes the question off entirely. She laughs warmly at his reaction, telling him that seeing him so lively again makes her happy too. Internally, Susumu silently repeats his vow to himself. He will never ever let his mother be put in danger again. Not this time, not ever. That night, he heads straight to his room, practically buzzing with anticipation. The game officially releases tonight at exactly 7 p.m. He pulls out an old, slightly clunky headset, one he'd saved up his entire allowance to buy back then, barely compatible with 9 Worlds by today's standards. He grins down at it anyway, murmuring that it's time to work together again, partner. The 9 Worlds logo flares to vivid life in front of him. The system prompt appears instantly. Would he like to select a starting class? Yes or no? Most players, he knows, choose immediately without a second thought. But Susumu knows the real secret hidden underneath that simple choice. The hidden stage has already quietly begun the moment this prompt appears. To enter the true hidden class trial, you have to deliberately select No right here, at the very beginning. Clearing that secret trial unlocks an even more powerful hidden class entirely, one most players will never even know exists. He recalls clearly from his past life that a normal class caps out hard at S rank, no matter how far you push it, but a properly unlocked hidden class can climb all the way up to SSS rank instead. Of course, unlocking it raises the difficulty dramatically right from the start, but since he's already gone through the trouble of reincarnating for this exact second chance, there's absolutely no way he's taking the safe, conventional path again. He selects No, without hesitation. The system responds instantly, text flashing sharply across his vision. The hidden class trial will now commence. Trial. Endless battle of purgatory. Start. A glowing countdown begins ticking down in front of him. Susumu grins, completely unshaken by the weight of what's coming, shouting out loud into his empty room that he's more than ready. Bring it on.